G'day guys, and welcome to another video here. We are back onto the patrol build for at least a day or two before we jet out to the States again. Something super rad happened. The guys at Custom Fiber Parts went ahead and made me a custom fiber part. I'm very excited to show you guys. This was a plan. As soon as I decided to change where the radiator went and did this pillar cut and everything, decided that this was the way I wanted to go. And chatting with Ross from Custom Fiber Parts, he took my vision and turned it into something very cool, and here it is. So we have a full roof intake now. You'd imagine the radiator will be where that hole is. I've still got to mount it obviously and set it, but over the roof now of the patrol. And then you have a big duct that comes in and gets to the radiator, which I'm super stoked with. I'm about to start doing some cutting. One of the coolest things about doing this is it takes a ton more weight out of the roof. That's where a lot of my weight is in this car now, is the roof. So the more roof I can get rid of, and because obviously it's not just weight, it's where the weight is, it's over the top of the car, you know, where I really don't want it. So I'm going to start making some more cuts to this roof and basically start deleting this whole middle of the roof. We've already got a good chunk cut out, as you saw already, but now I'm going to be able to cut right back almost to the wing, basically deleting any humps that used to be in the roof, so it ends up being a somewhat flat roof now with the intake, I don't even know what you call it, like an intake chute or something. I'm just bloody happy with it, and I can't thank Ross from Custom Fiber Parts enough for knocking this out literally just while I was in Canada. He had this knocked out. I dropped it off him just before I left, came back and he was done. He's actually coming to the States with me, which you guys will probably see in the next video. We got a ton of work to do on the Corvette. Definitely look forward to that video, guys, because there's some serious moves being made on the Corvette. A lot of new stuff, a lot more horsepower, change of fuels, change of exhaust, change of airflow into the car. We'll just put it that way. Anyway, so my job now is to basically start cutting out the remainder of the roof that I need to cut out, cutting this to exact shape that I want, and then basically start riv nutting this to the roof of the car. Another thing that'll make you guys super happy, that for the people that didn't like the Falcon bumper connected to the patrol bumper, I now have a Series 4 patrol bumper. I was able to find one down south for cheap. So yeah, definitely still jump on lukefink.com, grab yourself some of our merch. We'd massively appreciate it. We've got a ton of these hats in stock. I don't know if you've seen, I've been wearing this hat for like a couple months now, and it's not even marked. I've got a couple little like holes from like welding stuff landing on my head, but other than that, this has like been such a good wearing hat. Normally stuff that I wear ends up with like sweat marks and all that, which you get with normal hats, but this is like a, I don't even know what the material is called, but it's designed for like surfing and stuff, and 10 out of 10. It's been amazing, so good for like working and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll pull this back and be able to show you what it looks like with the actual patrol bumper, which means now I can retire the Falcon bumper, and basically I'll collect all these riv nut things out of that bumper and use them for the roof. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work. All right, another day on this car, another day on the patrol. A lot of going backwards to go forwards here. We ended up removing the front windscreen, I think it was last night or the night before, and then it was Sunday, spent time with the kids. But basically got the window out of the way now, so we can go ahead and get working on getting gussets into this thing, and then cleaning up this gap between the window and the dash. And then I just completed essentially the roof situation. So I don't know, I think it's pretty sick. You obviously got to remember, once it's one color, it's going to really come together, but pretty freaking stoked on how that's come out. What a piece, you know what I mean? Like that is super duper custom rear radiator inlet. I don't know anyone that has a roof inlet like that. I've seen it, you know, tucked obviously into boots and stuff, but we did a full-blown roof intake into the radiator. Still trying to work out exactly, you know, where everything's going. If you remember, the crossbar for the harnesses is too high, so I am going to cut that out and lower it because I also want to redo the brackets for the radiator so they sit exactly where I want them. So yeah, a lot of backwards to go forwards, and we've got, I fly out to the States today, and when I get home we've got less than 4 weeks to complete this build, which sounds like plenty of time when you consider it went from nothing and went drifting in 10 days. But this finishing stuff really is the stuff that takes time. Lots of little niggly brackets, filler panels and things like that to somewhat get it finished. Honestly, realistically, at this event we're going to, which hopefully I'll announce pretty soon, is the car's not going to be 100%. You know, I feel like it'll probably be at about 80% finished. And I don't think things like this are ever really finished. When I say finished, I mean like cosmetically finished, because obviously we do plan to do an engine swap and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot happening with this, and there's a hell of a lot going on with the Corvette overseas, which I'm trying to plan as well, which is stealing my time. So yeah, stealing time away from the patrol. But I got this done this morning, super freaking happy with it. It's like 9:30 a.m. and I've already got that roof knocked out now, which I'm freaking pumped on. And what's kind of cool is, yes, there's a little lip here in the roof, but then it actually meets up perfectly with the rear wing, so I think that's kind of cool. Custom fiber part said in the future maybe we might go ahead and just do a full fiberglass roof for this car, because that's where a majority of our there's a good chunk of our weight is actually in the roof of this car, because there's not a lot of other panels in the car. So yeah, that's sort of where our weight is. So we're going to try and alleviate that issue, but with the time we had, this is fantastic. I freaking love it. We may end up going fiberglass for the remainder of the roof in the future. So yeah, this build's never going to be finished, let's be real. So another thing, I'm also trying to find Series 4 radiator support. So if you've got a Series 4 radiator support, hit me up. Basically, I want the headlights to be able to bolt in, and the grille to be able to just bolt up like factory. Right now, you know, I think it would be quicker and easier for me to get a rad support that's clean, because this one's not clean anyway, but a nice clean Series 4 rad support. Cut this one off, weld that one on, and that way I don't have to go making a ton of brackets for the headlights and bracketry to hold the grille on properly as well. So yeah, still tons to do. I'm gonna keep going on it. Okay, patrol things, I've run out of time. We're going to the States, guys. So what have I got up to? I was almost about to start doing the rear firewall, disconnected all those seat belts and stuff, but I've been stuck with a bunch of running around. We gotta go to the States. Let's continue this vlog in America with the Corvette. Let's go. All right, we've made it here to America, and even better, we've made it to the most American place you can get. Made it to the most American place you get, Magnuson Superchargers, and you'd be happy to know there is a Magnuson now on the Corvette. You guys will have to tune into the next video where we're gonna be diving right into this. We've got a lot to do, some more new parts, not just the supercharger going on this Corvette, whole exhaust and a whole bunch of other good stuff going on. So yeah, tune into the next video.